Shattering!
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch once again, part of my Bootcamp series. And what do I have for you today? 10 things I wish I knew sooner. This is going to be a guide to 10 things a new player should know as they enter Last Epoch. With this information, it is going to be smooth sailing for you as you enter the world of Eterra. Let's start with number 10. Purchase Runes of Shattering. As you come across different towns in Last Epoch, you can go to the vendors and you will see that they sell Runes of Shattering. You always want to purchase these. The reason why is because they break down items and then you can actually use those shards from those items as crafting materials later on. So you can see right here, I'll pull up F, move an item over, and then I can actually use a Rune of Shattering to get some of those shards for later crafting. As long as you have the gold, always purchase Runes of Shattering. Number 9, avoid the gambler. You get introduced to the gambler very early on and you think, ooh, gambling's fun. I've got some gold. I'm going to use those resources to try and find a good item. Don't do it. You should save your gold. You're going to need your gold later on. If you are going Merchant's Guild for the Bazaar, you're going to need it to purchase stash tabs. You can use it in the Lightless Arbor for a gold sink. Save your gold because there's so many uses for it, and the likelihood of actually getting something good from the gambler is bad. Do not use the gambler. Number 8, do not hoard your Runes of Ascendance. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but when it comes to crafting, a Rune of Ascendance will take any item and turn it into a unique. It actually does not matter the base or rarity of the item. It doesn't matter the affixes on the item. It doesn't matter your level or your class. It is going to take it and randomly spit out something awesome. So if you take any body armor and throw it in, and you have a Rune of Ascendance, you can ascend it into a unique. And right here, I got a Wisdom with 1 LP. Do not hoard these because you never know, maybe you can end up getting an Aaron's Will early on with your Runes of Ascendance. Number 7, understand your scaling tags. Now, I get questions all the time on Discord and on stream is, how do I know if I'm actually doing more damage? How do I buff my skills? How do I tear through enemies better? Understanding your scaling tags will take care of that problem. When you're looking at a skill like Lightning Blast, you will see here that the scaling tags are Lightning, Spell, and Intelligence, which means in order for this skill to do more damage, you need to buff those 3 aspects of it. So when you go over to your gear, you will see that my weapon has what? Lightning damage on it. You will see that my ring has what? Spell and lightning damage on it. And you will see that my gloves have what? Intelligence damage on it. So again, you want to ensure you are getting as much lightning, spell, and intelligence as possible to ensure that you are pushing up that skill to maximum damage. Number 6, skip Lagon. A lot of people don't like this fight. They feel it's difficult and agitating, but don't worry, when it comes to the campaign in Last Epoch, you literally never have to do it if you don't want to. As long as you have a Temporal Sanctum key, you can go to the dungeon and you can jump through the campaign through this dungeon. You will jump that act and immediately go to the last act in the game. In my Bootcamp series, I have a video of how to skip the campaign through jumping through the dungeons. As long as you have this key, you will never have to fight Lagon again. Number 5, utilize a loot filter. Now, new players to the game are normally scared of creating their own loot filters. They normally import one from a creator, which you can totally do. But if you are brand new to the game, it is so easy to at least get started by putting in a loot filter to get the crap you don't want to see off the screen. Let me show you. You hit escape, you go to settings, you go to gameplay, and you go to manage loot filters. And right now I have no loot filter assigned. And on here I can go create filter, create a new filter, and then on here we're gonna call it new player. And we'll make it a skull and we're gonna make it red. There we go, and we have our new player loot filter. And I'm going to click add a rule. And on here, what I'm going to do is this rule is going to hide. We want to hide rarity, normal, and magic. We're going to hide rarity, normal, and magic. And just like that, update, bam, all that loot we didn't want to see based upon rarity is immediately gone. You saw it all on the screen, and now it is gone. So it doesn't clutter it up. But Aaron, that's just hiding stuff. You are absolutely right. So we're gonna go back into manage our loot filter. We're gonna add a rule, and we are going to recolor, and we wanna see red items. We're gonna make red items, and I'm a minion player. So we're gonna go affix, minion. And on here, we wanna see all the different minion affixes. And they are all gonna show up as red, and we are gonna add it, and bam. Now you will see that one of the items on the ground, this ruby ring, shows up as red because it has a minion affix on it. This is obviously the most basic form of loot filter, but I just want to show you how easy it is to make rules. And at bare minimum, as a new player, you should start by hiding white and blue items. Number 4, side quests. Now, when you are going through the campaign in Last Epoch, there are some side quests that are very important and some you should absolutely skip. And it is really easy to know which is which. When you hit M and pull up your map, you will see here on the bottom left, it says passive points rewards 15 of 15 and idle slot rewards 7 of 8. So for this character, I still have 1 idle slot I need to uncover. And as you look through your side quest, you will actually see the rewards for the side quest. So for example, this one, it is experience in gold. That would be a skip. On this one, it would be experience in gold. That would be a skip. And as we go up, you would see this one. It says 2000 experience, a passive point, and idle inventory expansion. So if I complete this side quest, tower, I would get a passive point, but I'm maxed right now. But what I would get is the idle slot I need to fully unlock my idols. And you can continue to look through it here. I have another one, the tablet, that also gives a passive and an idle slot. So I can do either of those to unlock my final idle slot. Point being, if it does not give you a passive point or an idle slot, skip it until you have 15 and 8. Number 3, the dungeons have different rewards on different days. A lot of people don't know that every single day the dungeons get updated with new modifiers, and this is actually tracked over on Last Epoch tools. I will link it in the description. And on here you will see that for today, at time of recording, Temporal Sanctum has Exalted Amulets, Exalted Jewelry, Lightless Arbor, Set Item, Exalted Amulets, Exalted Weapons, and Soulfire Bastion, additional pairs of boots, additional axes, and additional belts. So if you are target farming, you never know, maybe it's going to be the day for one of the dungeons you like running will have the reward you are looking for. Number 2, fast travel. Now, a lot of people don't realize that inside of Last Epoch, you do not need a waypoint to move. You will see right now I'm just slaughtering a few enemies with my Spriggan Shaman. And right now I decided I need to go back to town. Well, you can hit M to pull up your map. And we could jump ahead right here by simply clicking and then right clicking. You don't even have to hit travel. Click, right click, and bam, you will be magically teleported to the location you want. You do not need a waypoint, and you don't even have to click the travel/enter button. Last and certainly not least, tip number 1 is craft early and craft as often as humanly possible. Inside of isometric action RPGs, we have learned that crafting is difficult. Crafting is intimidating. We don't want to waste all our hard-earned resources not knowing what we are doing. Inside of Last Epoch, you don't have to worry about that. Craft all the time, fumble through it, learn through repetition. I promise you, you are going to love it. The crafting system is very, very basic. I say easy to learn, hard to master. In my Bootcamp series, I have basic crafting and advanced crafting teaching you how to make legendaries. But inside of this game, it is just so easy to add modifiers that you absolutely want for your gear. Easy as that. We just added 5 tiers of hybrid health, and our character is going to get stronger. Craft, trust me. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this Bootcamp series video. 10 things I wish I knew sooner. Is there anything I missed? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget, on this playlist on YouTube, I have crafting, loot filter, stash organization, offensive, defenses, end game, lots of information for new players. So if there's something you need, hit me up on Discord, check the playlist. I am here for you, and welcome to the world of Eterra. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.